But the Ashanti Regional Imam of Ahlussunna wal Jamma'a, Dr. Ismail Said Adam, has called on Muslims to strive towards staying away from political thugs, popularly referred to as party vigilantes or militias. In an interview with JoyNews at the National Zonal Dawah held in Wenchi in the Bono region, Dr. Ismail attributed lack of education as the main cause of the rise in militia activities, especially vigilantism as well in Zongo communities. He's calling on stakeholders to collaborate with imams in conveying the message of disbanding party militias in societies. Anas Sabit has more.
Political vigilantism has over the years become a chronic cramp on Ghana's security. The formation of these groups is a prelude to political violence and a direct announcement of a party's intention to be violent. With names such as Kandahar Boys, Al Jazeera, Bamba Boys, Salifu 11, Azoka Boys, Al Qaeda, Bolga Bulldogs, just to mention but a few, one could easily conclude that most of these tags are from Zongo or Muslim communities. One may ask, why do these selfish politicians easily resort to the Zongos when in need of violent tags? Does Islam promote political vigilantism? This was a question I posed to Dr. Ismail Said Adam, the Ashanti Regional Imam of Ahlussunna wal Jamma'a, at the National Zonal Dawah held in Wenchi in the Bono region.
Talking about violent or antisocial behavior, we are against it. As Islam always talk about peace. When you even search for the meaning of Islam, it's peace. So any civilized society or community against antisocial behaviors is the same Islam, always against it. And we as Ahlussunna wal Jamma'a, we have so many platforms that we use against these antisocial behaviors. These gatherings, preaching, salah, and so on and so forth.
He cited lack of education as the key reason why most Muslim youth are easily lured into this un-Islamic act.
Political vigilantism, as you always say, this is something that politicians created, and they use our Zongo communities or Muslim communities, and the reason for that is lack of education. They find our youth easy to use them in this field. So we always enlighten our youth that they should try and make education their priorities in their life. If they have education, they are going to be used in these positions for the development of the countries, not to use them for the destroyers.
Imam Ismail advised that stakeholders, including metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives, should collaborate with imams in conveying messages of disbanding party vigilantism in our societies.
If you go back to the history, you get that our imams, they used to be mentors. As an educational sector, we have mentor-mentee system. So our imams, they used to be counselors. To youth learn from them. They respect them. But nowadays, we don't have a link to the policies of the country. So we want MCEs, DCEs, ministers to have a link with the imams, so that all the politics that we relay in Ghana should be with them. So when they go to the pulpit or they go to the mosque to preach, especially Friday, when Imam says 1 o'clock, youth, elderly, children, everybody comes to the mosque to listen to the Imam. So when Imam use this place for correction, he will get it easy.
Abdul Karim Hussein, also a youth, called on his colleague Ahlussunna wal Jamma'a youth to support the fight against party militias, as the president suggested.
So this year when we came here in Wenchi, our main theme that brought us together was we wanted to fight against vigilantism, and an antisocial behavior among the youth. Now, we Ahlussunna wal Jamma'a, as a religious entity, we also believe that when the state is taking a fight, we have to come on board and support the state in this fight. We know there are a whole lot of things going on. In Ghana, relatively we have been in peace. However, the youth are displaying certain tendencies. We are beginning to abuse drugs. We are beginning to abuse our elders. We are beginning to abuse our laws. These things are wrong. So what can we do as Ahlussunna wal Jamma'a, as a religious group? How can we fight against vigilantism? What we can do as Muslims in Ghana is to all of us give our support to the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in this fight that he wants to take to vigilantism so that Ghana would be a better nation in the future.
Reporting for JoyNews, Anas Sabit, Wenchi.